I cannot turn the aircon off. I don't care if it's making a weird sound. I hope it doesn't. I got a new lapel. But it is 38.9 degrees Celsius. I'm not loving life. I can tell you that right now. It is so hot at the moment. I don't actually know where to put myself. So we might have to just stick, what is the word? I can't even, I'm too hot to even think. And now my mic is hitting this enormous touch screen. Oh, that's why my aircon keeps changing. Couldn't work it out. Anyways, I'm now pissing off the car behind me because I'm having a good old vent. But I'm in the brand new C-Class. Now remember when it was like all the rage? Do you remember like the C-Class was like what the A4 was to Audi, what the 3 Series was to BMW, but like the world has kind of, or very much so, actually moved on. Obviously to SUVs, compact SUVs, and. These are still hugely important cars for their brands. I don't know if they're obviously as important. If I think about it, like, so this back in 1994 came out, and I think since they like 8.6 million have been sold. And then the really great one actually was the previous generation, which was 2014. They've sold like 2.5 million, which is really massive. And that was at a time that SUVs were huge. So people are still buying them. I don't understand it. But again, I would be the target market to a degree, but I think with kids and everything, I'm not. Not to say there isn't enough space in here, because the boot is big, the car seat fits in perfectly. I think it's just being low again, that like, you know, we've had so many SUVs these last couple of years that you almost get a bit like spoiled with being quite high. But that's besides the point. Okay, this new C-Class is quite a revolutionary change, and not so much an exterior design. I mean, it still looks beautiful, but interior. This touchscreen is ridiculous, is what it is. It is. I think it is the same size as my MacBook, the screen. I mean, why do you need one so big? So I get it, everything's going tech, okay? What it has already, but it's like they're getting more and more and more and more. So it's freaking me out. I sound like and feel like an old fuddy-duddy because I don't appreciate it. Like, I appreciate a button and things that are simple to use. And I think when you're driving, simplicity is key. And I don't think that these technologies are simple. As much as this is meant to be simple, because it's supposed to be like the MBUX system or whatever is all very much voice activated. I have had 470 fights with this woman in this car. She doesn't listen, she doesn't understand me all the time, and she'll learn the way that I speak. She would if you're the owner. But I find it okay, like off or on or aircon, because everything is integrated into this touchscreen. Everything. You've got the odd slide button then, which then I'm like, no, just give a knob or a button, because to slide as well is a little bit less simple than simply touching a button. So I'm having a big go about the interior of this because it is so sort of revolutionary compared to the rest, or previous generations, and compared to anything else I've seen at this point regarding a screen this size.
60/60 app and let's go
60/60. Guys, I almost played that as a song because I quite enjoy it. The chick is 60/60, like, let's go 60/60. I found myself humming it. Great marketing, great. There's one thing that really bothers me, and I think that if I were the owner, I would hope that they could change it, is when you lock this car, it hoots. I hate it when cars do that. Not only does it give, so I was walking away, then pressed lock, and nearly gave the person walking past my car a bloody heart attack. They think they're being hooted at. Then my son the other day, take him out, he's sleeping, I lock the car, boop, wakes him up. Okay, that's not a thing most people would probably worry about, but it's something that I did, so it bugs the shit out of me. But anyways, I'm driving the C220d. It's got a 2-litre 4-cylinder diesel engine under the bonnet. Gets you 140 kilowatts of power and 430 newton meters of torque. And there's look, they've all got like a 48 volt mild hybrid, system, and here the battery. You're meant to get like a really low fuel consumption of about 4.4, 4.7, I think. I'm sitting at 7 litres per 100 Ks. Not dreadful. It's quite a big, heavy car. It's bigger than the previous one as well. But what it is a beautiful cruiser. Do you know, that's kind of what a C-Class and all of them, it's, you cruise, it's beautiful, the suspension is lovely, I find it not too harsh and everything, and then also around town it's actually really lovely as well. It's sort of like a very refined, luxurious car. I flippin' love this. Are you ready?
Snap with it. All my ladies, pop your backs with it.
Woo!
With it, with it.
I feel like I'm being overly critical of the car, and I think as well, considering it costs over 900,000 rand, this particular model, as standard. And I can't really justify spending that kind of money on a car. It has all the tech and all the luxury and everything. It's sort of worth the money. But I find that I just don't know if maybe these cars have slightly lost their charm, maybe, over, you know, the course of what's happening in the market at the moment. I could dance up in a club in this, I can tell you, if I was still young, agile, and no children. No, I can't even pull the moves. Oh, cool enough. That I'm cool. It remains a class leader for good reason. I think it will. If you love a C-Class, you're gonna really, really love this, because it's doing everything it should do really well, and it's sort of going with the times and everything when it comes to technology. I just wish they'd all backtrack somewhat. I mean, there's one thing as well, I don't know what it is about Merc, these leather seats, guys, when the temperature is sitting close to 40 degrees, to get into this car is like getting into the sun, okay? I think I've taken the skin off the back of my legs. I can't wear pants, it's too bloody hot. So now I'm in a skirt and then I get a burnt ass, like, and then I try and get the aircon on quickly, but on the screen I need it to fire up first, and fire, ha. So there's a lot to consider when buying something like this. But overall, I think Merc has done a phenomenal job with sort of revolutionizing. I'm not going to say that word. You know what I mean. You know, taking a car that is really great. The C-Class has always been great, and it's just gotten better and better and better, and it's at the best that it can be. I just wonder how long these sort of, you know, these cars are going to do, how long they're going to do well in our market. I'll have to see. You're a f***ing truck. Just like it. Take a corner, why don't you? Yes. I think I've spoken about this before. When everybody stop cutting corners, there's a line. Follow it. Inside the line. Sure. I've seen lots of mirrors go off people's cars. I'm telling you, it's because everyone's driving like idiots on the other side of the road.